Hey everybody, this is TA Vale, and welcome to Parent Talk. This is the series where we have real conversations about parenting teenagers in a world that honestly feels louder, faster, and heavier than ever before. And today, we're talking about something a lot of parents are carrying quietly. We're talking about how to talk to your teenager about depression. And I know just saying that word can make a parent uncomfortable, because when you hear the word depression connected to your child, something inside of you tightens up. You don't want that for them. You don't want your child hurting. You don't want them feeling alone. You don't want to miss something important. And if we're honest, a lot of parents are scared they're going to say the wrong thing. You want to help. You want to fix it. You want to find the reason, solve the problem, and see your child smile again. But when a teenager is struggling emotionally, the first goal is not to win the conversation. The first goal is to keep the conversation open. That matters, because when a teen is hurting, one of the worst things that can happen is they stop talking. They may still live in your house. They may still sit at the dinner table. They may still ride in your car. They may still answer you with one-word answers, but emotionally they can close the door. And once that door closes, it can be hard to reopen. So today, I don't want to talk to you like a doctor. I don't want to talk to you like a counselor. I want to talk to you like a parent sitting across the table from another parent saying, "This is serious, but you are not helpless." Before we go any further, I want to say this clearly. If your child is struggling emotionally, that does not automatically mean you failed as a parent. I think a lot of moms and dads immediately go there. What did I do wrong? How did I miss this? Why didn't they tell me? Why can't I fix this? And sometimes parents panic because they love their kids so deeply. But what your teenager often needs first is not a perfect parent. They need a safe one. They need someone who can sit in a hard conversation without immediately turning it into fear, anger, punishment, lectures, or solutions. And that's hard because parents are wired to protect. If our kid is physically hurt, we react. If they fall, we run. If they're sick, we call the doctor. If they're in danger, we move fast. But emotional pain is different. Sometimes moving too fast makes the teen pull away. Sometimes reacting too big makes them regret opening up. Sometimes trying to fix it too quickly makes them feel like their pain is a problem you want to get rid of instead of something you're willing to sit with them in. And that is one of the biggest shifts parents have to make. From fixing first to listening first. From reacting first to creating safety first. From trying to win the conversation to trying to keep the conversation open. And listen, I understand why that's hard. Most parents were never taught how to have these conversations, especially dads. A lot of us grew up in homes where emotions were either ignored, buried, corrected, or rushed past. You heard things like, "Shake it off. You'll be okay. Stop thinking about it. Other people have it worse. You're too young to be stressed." And sometimes those phrases were not meant to hurt us. Sometimes our parents said them because that's all they knew. They were trying to make us stronger. They were trying to help us move forward. They were trying to keep life going. But sometimes what helped one generation survive can make the next generation feel unseen. And this generation is growing up with a kind of pressure a lot of us did not have at their age. Their comparison never shuts off. Their mistakes feel public. Their friendships are online. Their phones never stop. Their minds never rest. They are constantly seeing who is invited, who is accepted, who looks better, who has more, who is doing more, who got more likes, who made the team, who got the relationship, who seems happier. And then they are expected to walk into the kitchen and act normal. That is a lot for a young heart to carry. And I think one reason parents miss depression in teenagers is because they are looking for it to look a certain way. Some parents are waiting for their teen to walk into the room crying and say, "Mom, Dad, I think I'm depressed." But honestly, that is not usually how it looks. Depression in teenagers does not always look like sadness. Sometimes it looks like anger. Sometimes it looks like sarcasm. Sometimes it looks like sleeping all day. Sometimes it looks like not sleeping at all. Sometimes it looks like a kid who does not care anymore. Sometimes it looks like pulling away from friends. Sometimes it looks like quitting something they used to love. Sometimes it looks like sitting in the bedroom for hours with the door closed. Sometimes it looks like a teenager who still makes good grades, still goes to church, still plays sports, still smiles in pictures, but inside they are exhausted. Some teens joke all the time because humor is easier than honesty. Some teens get loud because being angry feels safer than being vulnerable. Some teens go silent because they do not know how to explain what is happening inside of them. And this is why parents have to watch patterns, not just moods. Every teen has a bad day. Every teen gets irritated. Every teen has moments where they want space. So I am not saying panic over every attitude, every quiet night, or every emotional moment, but patterns matter. When your child starts slowly disappearing from everything that used to matter, when they stop caring about things they used to enjoy, when they are always tired, when their personality seems to flatten, when they pull away from family, friends, church, school, sports, music, or normal routines, when they start talking like they are a burden, when they seem hopeless, that is when parents need to pay attention, not panic. Pay attention. There is a difference. Panic makes the room unsafe. Attention says, I see you. Panic says, I need this to stop because it scares me. Attention says, I am not going anywhere. And that matters more than most parents realize. Because when a teenager is struggling emotionally, they are often asking a question they may never say out loud. Can I tell you the truth without losing your love? Can I be honest without getting a lecture? Can I be broken without becoming a burden? Can I tell you I am not okay without you falling apart? That is what is underneath a lot of these conversations. And that is why the way we start matters. A teen who expects a lecture will not open up. A teen who expects judgment will protect themselves. A teen who thinks their pain will disappoint you may hide it. But a teen who feels safe might give you one small, honest sentence. And sometimes that one sentence is the beginning of healing. So if you sense something is off, start gently, not dramatically, not with an interrogation, not with panic, not with, what is wrong with you? Try something softer. I've noticed you haven't seemed like yourself lately. I'm not upset. I just want to understand. That sentence alone can change the whole tone because it tells your teen, I see something, but I am not attacking you. You could say, I don't need you to explain everything perfectly. I just want to know how you're doing. Or, you don't have to talk right now, but I want you to know I'm here. Or, I may not understand everything, but I want to listen. That is very different than cornering them and demanding answers. And parents, I know sometimes you want answers because you are scared. But if your fear comes out as pressure, your teen may shut down. So start gently. Leave room. Do not force the whole conversation in one sitting. Sometimes the first conversation is only a doorway. You may only get a sentence. You may only get a shrug. You may only get, I don't know. But if you respond safely, they may come back later. That is the goal. Keep the door open. Now, one of the most important things parents can do in these conversations is refuse to minimize what their teen is feeling. And this is hard because sometimes what your teen says may not make sense to you. You may look at their life and think, you have a roof over your head, you have food, you have people who love you, you have opportunities. What do you mean you're depressed? And I understand that reaction. But saying that out loud usually does not help, because some of the most painful things a parent can say, even with good intentions, are things like, you're too young to be depressed. You have nothing to be sad about. Other people have it a lot worse. Just pray more. Just be grateful. Stop being dramatic. Everybody goes through stuff. Now, a parent may not mean harm by those words, but to a teenager who is already struggling, those statements often communicate one thing: you don't understand me. And once a teen believes you do not understand them, the door closes. Their pain does not have to make sense to you for it to be real to them. That is a big sentence. Their pain does not have to make sense to you for it to be real to them. And I think that is where parents have to slow down, because sometimes we are trying to judge whether the pain is reasonable instead of recognizing that our child is actually experiencing it. You may not understand why they feel so anxious. You may not understand why a friendship issue broke them. You may not understand why social media affected them so deeply. You may not understand why they feel lonely when they are surrounded by people, but if they are hurting, they are hurting. And the first response cannot be to debate their pain. The first response has to be to listen. That does not mean you agree with every thought they have. That does not mean every feeling is healthy. That does not mean you let emotions run the whole house. but it does mean you take your child seriously. And sometimes the best thing you can say is very simple. I'm sorry you've been carrying that. Thank you for telling me. That sounds really heavy. I'm here with you. We'll figure out the next step together. Those are not complicated sentences, but they can be powerful because they tell your teen, you are not alone in this. And sometimes parents underestimate the power of staying calm. Your teen may say something that scares you. They may say, I feel numb. They may say, I don't care anymore. They may say, I don't want to be around people. They may say, I don't know what's wrong with me. And inside, you may feel panic rising. But outwardly, your child needs to see steadiness. That does not mean you are cold. That does not mean you are detached. It means your love is not easily shaken. It means your child can tell you something hard and not feel like they just knocked the whole house down. And parents, another thing I want to say is this: listen longer than feels comfortable. Most of us do not like silence, especially in emotional conversations. We hear a pause and we jump in. We explain, we advise, we correct, we preach, we tell a story, and we try to make it better. But sometimes silence is where the truth is trying to come out. Your teenager may need time to find the words. They may start with anger because sadness feels too vulnerable. They may start with, you wouldn't understand, because they are testing whether you will get defensive. They may say, I don't know, because they honestly do not know. So instead of filling every pause, let there be space. You can say, take your time. You can say, I'm listening. You can say, you don't have to say it perfectly. That kind of patience creates safety. And this is especially important with boys. A lot of teen boys do not have words for what they feel. They may not say, I feel depressed. They may say, I'm tired. They may say, I don't care. They may say, leave me alone. They may become angry, sarcastic, distracted, withdrawn, or reckless. And underneath all of that may be sadness, shame, fear, pressure, loneliness, or hopelessness. So do not only listen to the words, listen to the pattern, listen to the withdrawal, listen to the changes, listen to what they stopped doing, listen to what they no longer enjoy, listen to what they joke about, listen to what they avoid. Because sometimes teenagers are telling us the truth without having the language to say it directly. And here is another part of this conversation that matters deeply. Do not make their pain about your failure. I know that may sound direct, but I mean it with love. Because when your child opens up, everything in you may want to say, where did I go wrong? I had no idea. I'm a terrible parent. I failed you. And listen, that may be what you feel. But if you put that on your teenager in that moment, suddenly they are not only carrying their own pain, now they are carrying yours too. Now they feel responsible for comforting you. Now they may pull back because they do not want to hurt you. Now they may think, if I tell the truth, mom falls apart. Or if I open up, dad gets angry or ashamed. So in that moment, stay focused on them. You can process your own emotions later. You can cry later, you can pray later, you can talk to your spouse, a friend, a pastor, or a counselor later. But when your teen opens that door, stay with your child. This moment belongs to them. And parents, that does not mean you are not allowed to feel. Of course you are. You love your child. It hurts to know they hurt. But love sometimes means staying steady when everything inside you wants to panic. It means saying, I'm so glad you told me. It means saying, we are not going to ignore this. It means saying, I'm with you. It means saying, you are not a burden. That sentence is huge. You are not a burden. Because a lot of struggling teens secretly feel like they are too much, too emotional, too complicated, too difficult, too broken, too heavy, and they need to hear from you clearly and repeatedly, you are not too much for me. That does not fix everything, but it creates ground to stand on. And healing often starts with ground, a safe place, a calm voice, a parent who does not run away from the hard stuff. Now, I also want to talk about faith in this conversation because this is Parent Talk with T.A. Vale, and we are connected to Holy Sync Radio, and faith is part of who we are. Prayer matters, God matters, Scripture matters, worship matters, the presence of God matters. But sometimes Christian parents accidentally use spiritual language to rush past emotional pain. And we have to be careful with that. If a teen says, I'm struggling, and the only response is, well, you need to pray more, they may hear, my pain is my fault because I'm not spiritual enough. That can add shame to pain. Now, do they need God? Absolutely. We all do. But sometimes the most godly thing you can do in that moment is listen with compassion. Sit with them, pray with them if they are open to it, help them get support, remind them they are loved, remind them their life matters, and do not shame them for needing help. Getting help is not weak faith. It is wisdom. Sometimes a struggling heart needs support too, and that support may include a counselor, a doctor, a therapist, a school counselor, a pastor, a mentor, or another trusted adult. You do not have to carry this alone, and your teen does not have to carry it alone either. There are moments where love says, "We are going to pray," and there are moments where love also says, "We are going to make the appointment." Both can be faith, both can be wisdom, and both can be part of God's care. Now let's talk about when to seek help, because I want to be very clear here. If your teen mentions self-harm, suicide, not wanting to be alive, feeling like everyone would be better without them, or having a plan to hurt themselves, do not wait. Do not brush it off. Do not shame them. Do not call it drama. Do not assume they are only trying to get attention. Take it seriously. Stay calm. Stay present. Get help. Call or text 988 for the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. If your teen is in immediate danger, call 911 or go to the nearest emergency room. And I know that is scary to hear, but your child's life matters more than your discomfort with the conversation. It is better to respond seriously and find out they are safe than to ignore something that needed immediate attention. Beyond immediate crisis language, there are other warning signs parents should pay attention to. A persistent, sad, empty, or irritable mood lasting 2 or more weeks. Losing interest in nearly everything they used to care about. Major changes in sleep, either sleeping far too much or barely sleeping at all. Pulling away from family, friends, and normal connection. Unexplained headaches, stomach aches, fatigue, or physical complaints, and sudden unusual calmness after a long period of emotional distress. Those things matter. Again, not every sign automatically means the worst, but patterns matter, and if your gut is telling you something is wrong, do not ignore it. Ask, check in, get help, talk to someone qualified. You are not overreacting by caring about your child's life. Now, before we close, I want to speak to the parent who already feels guilty. Maybe you are listening right now thinking, I've said the wrong things. Maybe you minimized your teen's feelings before. Maybe you got angry when they shut down. Maybe you took their sadness personally. Maybe you thought they were just being lazy, disrespectful, dramatic, or ungrateful. Maybe now you are thinking, I wish I had handled that differently. Here is what I want you to hear. Do not let guilt freeze you. Let love move you. You cannot go back and redo every conversation, but you can start a better one now. You can go to your teen and say, I've been thinking, and I realize I may not have listened the way I should have. I'm sorry. I want to do better. That kind of humility can open doors. Parents sometimes think they lose authority when they apologize. I do not believe that. I think healthy apology can rebuild trust. It shows your teen that strength is not pretending you always got it right. Strength is being honest enough to grow, and maybe your teen does not respond right away. That is okay. Do not force it. Plant the seed. Keep showing up. Trust is usually rebuilt through consistency, not one perfect speech. Say it. Live it. Repeat it. I'm here. I'm listening. You are not a burden. We can talk whenever you are ready, and then become the kind of parent who can handle what they tell you. That is the work. Not perfection, presence, not control, connection, not panic, steadiness. Your teen does not need you to have every answer. They need to know their pain does not scare you away. They need to know they are loved even when they are not okay. They need to know the home can be a safe place to tell the truth. And parents, I know this is heavy. I know some of you are carrying things nobody sees. You are praying for your child. You are losing sleep. You are trying to understand a world that feels different from the one you grew up in. You are doing your best while also dealing with work, marriage, bills, pressure, your own past, your own wounds, and your own fears. So hear me clearly. You are not alone either. God sees you too. He sees the parent sitting in the car after drop-off praying, Lord, help my child. He sees the mom crying quietly because she does not know what else to do. He sees the dad who wants to connect, but does not know how to say the words. He sees the parent who feels like they are failing, but keeps showing up anyway. And sometimes showing up is more powerful than you know. You showing up imperfectly, honestly, and consistently matters. You may not see the fruit immediately. You may not get the deep conversation the first time. You may not get the hug. You may not get the apology. You may not get the clear explanation. But every safe moment matters. Every calm response matters. Every time you choose listening over lecturing, it matters. Every time you choose presence over panic, it matters. Every time you remind your child they are not alone, it matters. So keep the door open. Keep praying. Keep paying attention. Keep asking gentle questions. Keep creating safety. Keep showing up. And when help is needed, bring in help. That is not failure. That is love. Before we close, I want to pray for parents. Father God, give parents wisdom right now. Give them calmness in hard conversations. Give them discernment to recognize when their child is hurting. Help homes become emotionally safe again. Help parents listen before reacting. Help teenagers feel seen, heard, valued, and deeply loved. Guide families to the right support, the right people, and the right timing. And for every parent carrying fear right now, remind them they are not alone either. Give them courage to show up, humility to listen, and strength to walk through hard places with love. In Jesus' name, amen. Thank you for being here today. If this episode helped you, I want to encourage you to download the free Parent Talk Guide at tavaleauthor.com. This guide is called How to Talk to Your Teen About Depression, Listening Before Fixing. You can also listen to more conversations like this through Holy Sync Radio. And parents, remember this, your teen does not need you to have every answer. They need to know they are not a burden. They need to know their pain does not scare you away. They need to know that no matter what they are going through, they are loved, they are seen, and they are worth fighting for. Keep the door open, keep praying, keep showing up. I'm T.A. Vale, and I'll see you next time.